TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Your Real Estate Tea, where we teach so you can become educated to achieve. I'm Andrea Farley, real estate broker with Maximum One Realtor Partners. And so today we're going to be continuing our conversation regarding home buyers. We're going to pick up from last week, just talking about the market, the conditions, setting expectations, and how you could possibly become a homeowner this particular year. So, as we know, real estate is always a good investment. And so, while demand is hot nationwide all over the place, the market in Georgia is equally just as hot. So, the average price point in Atlanta, Georgia is $286,000. Right now, with homes being in that price point or lower and even higher, they're staying on the market for less than a week. And multiple offers are actually being received as well from the listing agents or to the listing agent. And so, guys, buyers, that is definitely something to think about when you're purchasing in this particular market. We have buyers from California, New York, Washington, D.C. that pay less for a mortgage here than they do for rent in their current cities. So we are noticing a lot of people migrating here to Georgia from those different states, such as those that I just mentioned. So what are some of the other driving factors for this market? Well, if you're in the market, you know. Inventory is tight. So that, along with low interest rates, again, people migrating here from different cities, and also an increase in multi-generational households. So those are the households who have, family members, parents, just more than one generation in their house. And so what they're looking for is a home maybe with a full kitchen and a basement and, just access to a whole different, living space for them to not have to, kind of have to cohabitate in the other living space as well. So all of these things have contributed to this hyper-aggressive seller's market, and it is causing bidding wars. And also the pandemic, of course, has definitely triggered a restructuring of the U.S. household So families are downsizing, families are upsizing, moving out of state. And actually, studies are showing that more millennials are living with their parents in 2020. And so let's first talk about, yesterday was Women's Day, International Women's Day. So I definitely want to give a shout out to all the hardworking, beautiful women, mothers, aunties, daughters, cousins, sisters. Shout out to the women as we celebrate International Women's Day. That was yesterday. And so just a fun fact that I've learned about women, studies have also shown that when it comes to a mortgage interest rate, that women pay a higher mortgage rate compared to men. And the reason for that is because women are least likely to shop a rate. So that is something to think about. You know, maybe you can, when that opportunity comes, you can, look at your options and definitely shop rates. So let's just talk about the buyers right now. So buyers, we need to put things in perspective. Let's set the expectation. Because a lot of times buyers enter into the market with unrealistic expectations. And with that being said, an unrealistic expectation could be something as the type of house you want, the amenities and the features you want in your house. How does that line up with the price point of the home? Right now, the market is very, very, very tight. We have way less inventory on this market than we've had, I don't know if I want to say ever, but definitely compared to last year. And we will talk about some of those stats as well. All right, so also let's put it in perspective too, because having that unrealistic expectation could cause you to maybe even lose like a bid on a home, or you may delay your dream, a bid on your dream home, let's say that, or it could cause a delay in the process. And we all want a deal, don't get me wrong, but this is not the market for deals, okay? So trying to buy a home less, like 10 to 15,000 less than the price point or the sales price of the house, that's not going to work. That would definitely be considered lowballing. And lowballing will get you a continuous answer, and that will be no. So we definitely don't want that to happen, okay? Also, guys, just to kind of share some more information regarding purchases, the purchases are up 2%. And guys, homes are gone in about 24 to 48 hours. So definitely just be prepared, mentally, because there are multiple offers being sent on homes. That is very common nowadays. Multiple bids is the norm. I'll say that for right now. And, although we did talk about highest and best last week, so definitely check that out. This market is pretty much highest and best. So, your agent can definitely guide you and assist you with, how to structure your offer. Also, having a pre-qualified letter, it definitely helps as well, because that does show that, you've already started the process, so that way you can move very quickly. Let's see, some other driving factors, guys. People are now, or buyers are now, it seems as though there are more buyers now, because guess what? The interest rate has increased just slightly. It is now at 3%. And so now the buyers that have been waiting in the marketplace, or have been waiting who were not in the marketplace, are now deciding to come on in. So now they're saying, okay, these rates are creeping up. Maybe my waiting plan or strategy is not the best thing to do right now. So let me now get into the marketplace. Well, guys, that's also contributing to how inventory is even, more tight, the prices going up, just as a whole, everything is increasing. And so I do want to add that once you are pre-approved with your lender, definitely lock in your rate. Lock your rate in because, the 10-year treasury determines the mortgage rates. So, we don't want to start off at one rate and then potentially it may increase while you're in your process of purchasing a home, or even while you're in process of getting the contract, because that can change things for you. That can knock you out of your qualification bracket, so to speak, and it can definitely increase your payment. So guys, lock your rate in, okay? And so there's some information that is showing that for every $1,000 increase on the price point, it pushes out 150,000 households out of the market. We have, and I don't want to keep talking like what we don't have, but that's just the reality of what the market is, guys. And so we just need to be aware of what's going on. So there's also shortage of building materials. That is increasing the price, the housing prices, in new construction as well. Shortage of materials is increasing the price of new construction. And so there are scenarios where contracts are increasing between $25,000 to $35,000 due to the construction costs. You may have agreed to purchase your home for one price, and now because of this supply issue, it is increasing the cost of the home. So you definitely want to check your contract, because there is verbiage in it where if that certain verbiage is in there, the builder can actually increase it. And guys, you don't want to miss your opportunity if that is the home for you. Okay? So let's talk about what are some things you can do to prepare and or possibly win the bidding war. So guys, I would say the biggest thing right now for this market is to make sure that you have money for your down payment and closing costs. That is so key right now. In this market, I don't want to say nobody is paying closing costs, but no sellers are paying closing costs. I would say probably 99% of the time. Don't quote me on that. That's not factual. That's not any stats. That's just my opinion. Okay. So when you talk to your lender, and once you found a home, they'll break down the closing costs for you. And they can even give you an estimate, an idea of what you will need for that as well. So just be prepared to have your down payment and have your closing costs. That will definitely put you at an advantage. You also want to save for additional costs. There are additional costs like a home inspection. We've talked about this on prior shows. Home inspections are not required, but they are definitely recommended, highly recommended, because this can save you from potentially a money pit. And you definitely want to be aware of what you're getting into, and also just overall just knowing what's going on with the house so you can make a quality decision. Okay? And appraisal, that is mandatory. That is required, because a lender will not lend you more than what the home is valued. Okay? And so make sure you have money for that. That is an additional cost. Attorney's fees are an additional cost. That's a part of the closing costs. So definitely keep that in mind. Guys, I know some people are maybe coming away from, condo living. You kind of see a shift with that because of the pandemic. But if that's what you want, and there is absolutely nothing with condos, and I didn't mean to, hope it didn't come off that way. But with condos and townhomes, consider the HOAs, okay? You could find a condo in Atlanta. You might find it for $230,000. And the HOA may be about $8,000 or $9,000 a year. So that's something to consider and something to think about when you are purchasing a townhome and a condo. In any community that has an HOA. All right, so new construction, we talked about that. Now, although there's less competition with new construction, well, those prices have gone up as well. And so, again, prices have increased maybe about $24,000 compared to last year. The prices have increased. That's labor, pricing, building construction, materials costs, all of that has significantly increased. So for example, if you're building a home, some of the materials are delayed. Some of the materials are not readily available. So it could potentially take about 4 months just to order and get a window. So that is something to think about, when you're rehabbing a home, just counting and factoring all that in and just being aware of what you will be faced with when you enter in the process. And so, guys, we're going to take a brief intermission. Thank you for staying tuned, and we will be right back.
Hi, my name is Dynasty, and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your event live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your talk show, sitcom, showcase, and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers, show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are very exciting times we live in. Traditional TV is all but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is now on the Roku platform with a viewership of 46 million and counting. Roku is an industry leader on internet TV. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and streaming your own show or movie, or coming in as a sponsor or an advertiser, please send your contact information with a short description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc., reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us back at Your Real Estate Tea, where we teach so you can become educated to achieve. Now, where we left off was talking about considering new construction. So there is a little less competition, I will say, in new construction. Not saying that there's no competition at all. So especially on maybe the community that you select, the builders are kind of doing the same thing. They are also receiving multiple offers as well. And some of the things that they look at is maybe, are you using their preferred lender? They're looking at also the other terms in the offer as well, the amount of earnest money. So they want to see also what is attractive, because they have to make a selection, and the best offer, I can't speak on how they choose it, but they have to definitely have some criteria in order to pick one offer for one house, right? So, with communities where they have more houses available, maybe there's a little less competition, right? So new construction may be something you want to consider, okay? And so, guys, if you do want information on the availability of new homes, I am gathering information, and so I can send that to you. You can definitely reach out to me at afarleyrealtor@gmail.com and just state in the subject, info for new construction, and I can get that to you. Also, millennials are actually considering fixer-uppers more than what we realize. So the studies in stats show 71% of millennials are willing to buy a fixer-upper, and 62% of baby boomers, which is a little bit less, are willing to buy a fixer-upper. So definitely it's something to think about. Of course, in this time, count your cost, meaning the cost of materials, the labor, the time it will take to get in your supplies, and just look at, the big picture and determine what works best for you. All right, so let's just jump right in and just talk about a little bit of the market stats for Atlanta. So what we're going to be speaking on is single family, attached, and detached. This is for the city of Atlanta only, attached and detached properties. So let's talk about the month of February. What has happened in February compared to February of 2020? So the number of new listings in February of 2020 was 1,421. February 2021 was 1,409. So there was a decrease for Atlanta listings. All right, so the under contract listings for February of 2020, there was 1,041. In 2021, it was 1,232. So there was about an 18.3% increase on homes that went under contract in February last month. So the number of units closed was 897 in 2020, and in February of 2021 it is 945. So that's a 5.4% increase. And let's see, the average sales price for Atlanta in 2020, it was $364,696. Well, as we've discussed before, 2021, February, 421,670. That is a 15.6% increase. Again, guys, this is the stats for attached and detached homes in the city of Atlanta. So the number of listings for February, we had 4,356 in 2020. Now that was already a small amount for 2020. February 2021 was even less. It was 3,488. So that is a 19, almost 20% decrease in the number of active listings. All right, so let's talk about days on market. February of 2020, it was 67 days on market. Well, 2021, as expected, it was 52 days. So that is a decrease of 22.4%. And so that's the stats for February, the city of Atlanta, attached and detached homes as well. And so, guys, the list price to sales price ratio is 99.9%. That means that the price of the home is listed, say $275,000. Well, guess what? It's either sold at $275,000 or above. There are not a lot of discounts at this time. If any, there are probably none at this time. So we talked about the market. We talked about the stats available. That information also reflects that there are overall, not just Atlanta, there are 50% less homes available this year compared to last year. And also, 27%, the demand has increased by 27% this year. So guys, again, I always like to say, simple economics. Supply is low, demand is high, prices go up. So if you guys have any questions or any concerns, you need some assistance with purchasing a home or selling a home, please feel free to reach out to me. I can be reached 404-965-5041. And I want to also go over the TV 1061 live stream starting next week. We will have live streaming to Roku TV, and you can search by TV 1061. And so the shows for TV 1061 on Tuesday at 12:30, which is today, is Your Real Estate Tea. Wednesday at 8 p.m. is The Flavor. 9:30 on Wednesday p.m. is The Playlist. Thursday at 6 p.m. is Bedroom Chronicles. Friday, 7 p.m. is The Life Lounge. Saturday at 3:30 is The Conversation. Sunday at 4:30 is The Talk Show Divas. And want to definitely give a shout out to executive producer Felix Washington and the social media director Shantae Barksdale. Cash App is TV 1061. Okay, so guys, that is all we have for today. I want to thank you so much for tuning into Your Real Estate Tea. Teach, educate, achieve. We teach so you can be educated to achieve, guys. Any questions? Again, 404-965-5041. My email is afarleyrealtor@gmail.com. You can catch prior episodes on YouTube under Dream Real Estate. And you can also see it live as well, aside from Roku TV, which starts next week. But you can see it live on Facebook under Your Real Estate Tea. If you would like to donate to this show, it's $DREADAY 511. And so, guys, I also want to give a special shout out to TAP Real Estate School. They sponsored this particular show today. And if you are interested in getting a real estate license and getting the best training, in my opinion, you can go on tapacademyatl.com, www.tapacademyatl.com. Guys, thanks so much again. Remember, health is wealth, and real estate can be too. Thanks for watching Your Real Estate Tea. Have a blessed day.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.